It all began on a night darker than usual, the kind of night where even the stars seemed to abandon the sky. Everything I had built, everything I thought defined me, crumbled. Not with a loud crash, but with a silence so profound it felt like the universe itself had stopped breathing. It wasn't the loss of money that broke me, nor the absence of a job title or a routine to cling to. No, it was the silence. The absence of voices, of footsteps, of shared laughter. Friends, gone. Partner, nowhere to lean. The weight of it all settled in my chest, pressing harder with every breath. I looked around, searching for someone, anyone, to say, "I'm here with you," but there was no one. The world had pushed me into a void I didn't ask for, and there I was, standing on the edge of my existence, staring into nothingness. The emptiness was deafening, not because it was quiet, but because it forced me to hear every echo of my own thoughts. For the first time, I realized I wasn't running from the noise of the world. I was running from myself, and now there was no one left to distract me. Superpower 1. A mind of ice, nerves of steel. There's a place where every mask falls away, a space where the only voice left is your own, echoing in the chambers of your mind. In that silence, you face yourself, stripped of every distraction. For me, that place was solitude. And in that solitude, I learned what it meant to endure. At first, the stillness was chaos. Every buried fear, every unspoken doubt, surfaced like shadows clawing for attention. My mind became a battlefield, waging war against my own insecurities, regrets, and pain. There was no escape, no comforting hand, no noise to drown it out. But something shifted. Slowly, like steel forged in fire, I began to harden. Not in apathy, but in resilience. My emotions, once wild and overwhelming, became manageable, controlled. The storms in my head didn't disappear. They simply stopped dictating my every move. In heated moments, when others flinched or panicked, I found myself steady. While voices around me rose in fear or anger, mine remained calm, deliberate. Not because I didn't feel, but because I had learned to carry the weight without breaking. They say still waters run deep. In solitude, I became the still water, able to withstand the winds of chaos without being swept away. This wasn't just survival. It was mastery over the self, a strength forged in silence and unshakable even in the loudest of storms. Superpower 2, the X-ray vision. There's something extraordinary about truly seeing, not just with your eyes, but with a deeper sense, one that cuts through the surface and exposes the truth beneath. It's a skill born not of choice, but of necessity, honed in the long, quiet moments when there's nothing left to do but observe. When I was alone, I became a watcher. Every interaction, every fleeting expression, every carefully chosen word spoke louder than most people realized. Solitude taught me to notice the unspoken, the crack in a smile, the weight in a sigh, the hesitation behind a confident tone. To others, it might seem like intuition or a gut feeling, but for me, it's more than that. It's a clarity that comes from years of hearing only my own voice. In that silence, I learned to distinguish the truth from the noise. Someone could stand in front of me, projecting perfection, but the smallest twitch of their hand or flicker in their eyes would betray what they were truly feeling. A room full of people could look vibrant and alive, but I would sense the undercurrent of tension no one dared to acknowledge. This sight, it's not a gift, it's earned. It's the ability to see past the masks we all wear and understand the humanity beneath. While most get caught in the performance, I see the story hidden between the lines, the vulnerability that's too often ignored. And with this vision, I navigate the world differently. I don't just see people, I truly know them, even when they don't yet know themselves. Superpower 3, hyper mental clarity. When the noise of the world fades and the distractions fall away, what remains is the essence of thought. Sharp, unfiltered, and undeniably honest. In the stillness of solitude, my mind became a tool, honed to a precision I never thought possible. Decisions that once felt tangled in webs of doubt became clear, like stepping onto a path that had always been there but was hidden beneath the clutter of noise and haste. It wasn't that life became easier or the challenges smaller. No, the world remained as chaotic as ever. What changed was my ability to focus on what mattered and nothing else. In moments of choice, where others might freeze or second-guess, my mind would cut through the fog, identifying the truth of the situation with startling clarity. It wasn't luck or instinct. It was the result of countless hours spent analyzing, questioning, and refining my thoughts in solitude. Hyperclarity isn't about being perfect. It's about being deliberate. Each thought, each decision is weighed, examined, and understood. It's the confidence of knowing that you've considered every angle and chosen the path that aligns with your purpose. In the chaos of the modern world, this clarity became my compass. Where others saw too many options, I saw one true direction. It wasn't magic. It was mastery over my own mind, forged in the silence where clarity thrives and doubt fades. Superpower 4, the pain sensor. There's a kind of connection that goes deeper than words, a way of feeling the unspoken burdens that others carry. This isn't something you're born with. It's something forged through your own suffering, through facing the raw, unfiltered reality of pain in solitude. When I was alone, my own struggles were inescapable. Every hurt, every regret, every unhealed wound became impossible to ignore. I sat with them, feeling every ounce of their weight, until they stopped being my enemies and became my teachers. In that crucible, I learned to recognize pain, not just my own, but in others too. It starts subtly, like noticing a tension in someone's shoulders or a hesitation in their voice. These are the whispers of struggles no one dares to speak aloud. Where others see only the surface, I can feel the storms beneath. A laugh that rings too forced, a silence that stretches just a moment too long, a mask that slips even for a fraction of a second. This ability is both a burden and a gift. It means I can sense when someone is hurting, even when they're too proud or too scared to admit it. But it also means I carry those unspoken weights with me, absorbing fragments of their pain as if it were my own. And yet, this is where healing begins. When someone feels seen, not for the image they present, but for the truth they hide, they begin to let go of what burdens them. My presence, shaped by the silence I've endured, becomes a space where others find relief. The sensor of pain isn't about fixing anyone. It's about standing beside them, showing them that even in their darkest moments, they are not alone. This superpower is empathy sharpened to its finest edge, a connection born from the very depths of human experience. Superpower 5, the alchemy of time. Time spent alone has a way of stretching, like an endless ocean with no shore in sight. For many, that vastness feels suffocating, a void they rush to escape. But in my solitude, I discovered something remarkable. Time isn't the enemy. It's the raw material of transformation. When the noise of the world fell away, each second became an opportunity, not a void to fill, but a canvas to create. I learned to take the heavy moments, the ones weighed down with sadness or uncertainty, and shape them into something new. What began as loneliness became reflection. What felt like emptiness transformed into purpose. This isn't an overnight change. It's a slow, deliberate process, like turning rough stone into polished marble. Each hour spent in silence became a chance to refine my thoughts, to question what mattered, and to shed what didn't. The pain that lingered in those quiet hours became the fire that forged my resilience. And then came the joy, not the fleeting kind, but a steady, unshakable sense of contentment. I didn't need the world's distractions to feel fulfilled. I had built a home within myself, a sanctuary that no storm could tear apart. The alchemy of time is about seeing solitude not as a punishment but as a gift. It's about turning moments of stillness into treasures of insight and growth. While others raced to fill their time with noise, I slowed down, embraced the silence, and emerged with something far more valuable. A life shaped by intention, not by circumstance. There comes a point when the silence stops feeling like a cage and starts feeling like freedom. That's the moment you realize solitude isn't your enemy. It's your teacher. Through its lessons, I discovered strength, clarity, empathy, and a deeper sense of self than I ever thought possible. Each of these powers, control over emotions, the ability to see through facades, the clarity to navigate life, the empathy to feel deeply, and the alchemy to transform pain into wisdom became a part of who I am. They weren't handed to me. They were earned through every quiet moment, every hard truth, every step taken alone. The world around us is loud, filled with distractions that promise comfort but rarely deliver depth. Stepping away from it, embracing the stillness, is a choice few make. But those who do, those who walk through the fire of their own solitude, emerge transformed, carrying gifts the world can neither understand nor take away. And so, I invite you to see the quiet not as emptiness, but as an invitation, to let go of the noise, to step into the stillness, and to discover the strength waiting within you. Because in the silence, you'll find something extraordinary. You'll find yourself.